Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a Boy Howdy campaign for you. Our first round is going to be Corn Crib, followed up by our second round, which is going to be the Towering Trunks. Both rounds are going to be on Conquest. Before we get into that, thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like the support, go to the link in the description and get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do, and advertise our regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. That being said, our regiments for today, on the CSA side, you have the 7th South Carolina, Stonewall Brigade, 7th Louisiana, 14th Tennessee, the Kentucky Orphans, 2nd Kentucky, and the 20th Georgia, whereas on the Union side, you have 4th New Jersey, Midwest Brigade, 2nd United States Sharpshooters, Army of Northern Virginia, Eagles Brigade, Greg's Brigade, Archers Brigade, and the 65th Illinois. Servo pop, as of now, is 225. In balance is 1 towards the CSA side. Artillery-wise, Union has 21. The Confederates have 10. So the CSA has a 11-man infantry in balance in their favor, and I'm sure they're going to appreciate that a lot. Frontline reporters today. For your Union side, you have Cloud here from the Army of Northern Virginia, and on the opposite side, you have Twista from the 7th Louisiana. Very appreciative of both of these guys being able to give us their frontline views. So, Boy Howdy operates a little differently. Normally in Conquest, each side is fighting over the 3 flagpoles. If you capture a majority, you start dealing a ticket drain on your opponent. If you're up by 1 flag, you deal 1 flagpole worth. If you're up by 2, you're dealing 2 flagpoles worth, and so on. However, if each side has 1, for example, they cancel out and they negate the damage that they do, so no tickets are being lost at that point. But the reason why this event is different is because one team, the defending team on the campaign, gets to choose a point to defend, and the CSA were the defending team, and it looks like they have decided to defend the C point first. So we are going to see fighting over the C point until the 25-minute mark. At that point, the B and A point can open up. So CSA is going to get an advantage here in tickets. You can see Union's already down a 4th of a morale stage, and we have just started. But even though CSA is going to kind of get a huge ticket lead, normally it's about a morale and a half to 2 morale stages, assuming that CSA doesn't lose this point. I mean, Union's going to be down by that much, but Union will have 25 minutes to catch back up. And how things are set up, Union has clean access to the A and B point, but this map is kind of small. So, there was a nice little wipe there from TKO, getting A and V there, and Ninja. I guess Ninja's here. Maybe some more PA guys are here as well, but nice little wipe there. I mean, look at that. Now, they quick time at 43. That's when they start quick timing. And then they could start double clicking and sprinting at 40. That's why we didn't start right away. I don't think that it would be the most entertaining thing to watch people quick time out of main spawn. It looks cool, but we want to get right into the action, which is why we started a few minutes after the fact. And that action we have seen, looks like some more Union have pushed up to where TKO was at. Looks like Midwest Brigade and 2nd U.S. Sharps. They're trying to get that flag back up that A and V lost, which is good for them. So these officers, they don't have a Steam chat, so they got to do everything through the in-game viewpoint and also just talking to other people in game. So it's a unique way to play this game. You would think it's the common sense way to play this because it's the American Civil War. Why would they have a Steam chat? But you've seen a lot of events where officers will be in a Steam chat. And they both have their pros and cons. And different events will do what they want based on what they want. So CSA has a strong, nice defensive line. You can see we've seen TKO kind of harass the Union, getting a nice charge or so, trading. CSA have some guys off here. You have some Union over in the wood side as well. I don't know if they're just scouting. It's the 2nd Texas guys. They might just be, skirmishing, harassing the CSA guys. But we've seen this as of late in this event where one team that has the defending point, they like to just sit and hold on to that point. Why would they do anything else, right? You chose a point to defend. That point's probably going to be advantageous to you, which CSA spawns closer to it.
Independent fire right here on the fence.
They're right there, 2nd. Shoot them. Target's north. Direct north, lots of smoke.
But you got a couple of skirmishing here. But yeah, CSA, they're going to sit on that point. It's advantageous to them. They chose it. And it makes sense why they chose it because they're closer. But in the first 15 minutes of the round, or 20 before we get to that 25-minute mark where the rest of the points open up, it makes sense that the CSA would defend there. But when I first started watching this event, the team trying to attack or not defending the point, which in this case is Union, right? Normally Union would try to play the point and be aggressive with it. However, the past couple of weeks, we've seen that non-defending team, the attacking team, just kind of sit back. And I think the reasoning is right. You're always losing tickets to the flagpole. I mean, Union's about to hit engage and we just started, right? But the thing is that unlike skirmish, which has a whole point mechanic and all of that, in this game, you're just defending one tiny spot. And so, as a defending team, you can kind of really condense down around that point or form a nice defensive line.
What'd you just call me? What'd you just call me? Hey,
You boys flag coming to our left.
Hey, quit now.
A couple of Union guys are getting a flank here.
Brace off. Here they come.
You got one left. You got one left.
Brace off.
Independent fire, kill all these Yankees.
Looks like the other half of TKO collapsed in 6 Kentucky.
Here comes the 6.
And the charge will kind of even out here. But, yeah, the CSA, in this case, have a very strong defensive spot, so Union's not really going to want to attack that. I mean, they can, but Union probably knows they're going to lose a lot of tickets trying to charge in there. Generally, as it makes sense, defenders do better. They deal more loss to their opponent, the attackers, and the attackers will deal to the defenders in most cases. And so it makes sense for Union here to kind of just say, all right, we're going to let them get the point. We know we're going to lose a ton of tickets, but we think we can catch back up in the remainder of the round, which is the 25 minutes. There's definitely plenty of time to catch back up, but when you play a defensive scheme like this as Union, there's not a whole lot of room for mistakes. So we'll see how the night plays out. Looks like Union's trying to harass on this side. It's Greg's brigade. They're kind of going in a little spread out in the 20th Georgia and 7th South Carolina. And 20th Georgia should hold that. But Union's down to engaged already. CSA will like the ticket lead. And
Thanks. Alright, boys, reform it.
Back in line, boys. Reform.
Union's probably going to be 3/4 of the way, if not mostly through this stage by the time we get to that 25-minute mark. You got some more CSA shifting over.
Let's go. Friendly's reinforcing. Let's go. Fuck him up.
Hey, we got Kramer. We got bears. Do we go?
Hey, Fat, Master Shake, push out to the right of the line. Figure out where the edge of the map is or where they're at if you can in relation.
So you actually have some Union moving up on this side. Well, maybe Union's trying to test the CSA flanks. Or at least they tested it on the CSA right. I don't know if A&V is trying to go on the CSA left. CSA artillery is located over here, so they could try to harass, maybe get a couple tickets there. But Union artillery is on the other side. Looks like they're rolling their guns, getting set up. I mean, they got a nice line of vision to that middle point. But it's going to be intriguing to see how the rest of this match plays out, right? We saw CSA having a significant infantry imbalance. 10 to 12 guys. It was about 11. Right? 11 infantry imbalance is a lot, but it's not the worst thing in the world. It's pretty bad, though. So, CSA is actually pushing out a lot of them out of these defensive spots. Like, Stonewall Brigade has joined TKO. A&V just popping their shots, running back. And CSA will get a kill or so, maybe a team kill or so as well. Yeah, I think that guy was just team killed. But
Let's go. Go back.
looks like CSA is trying to get a ticket drain on the Union as well. Maybe try to catch him off guard in the corn. But with CSA having 11-man infantry imbalance, it's 15 is kind of at that point where you're like, okay, it's too much or too many men to overcome. And, I mean, we haven't seen artillery do a whole lot yet this round. I mean, you got to be pretty dang good on artillery. And I mean, granted, it's not like Union artillery's really been firing on the point unless we just missed it. You can see CSA artillery, they're shooting short over there. Union artillery's taking shots. I don't know where that went. But you got AMV pushing up Stonewall Brigade. I don't know why they're just quick timing into them. They could have caught them off guard, but...
Right here, on our right. Right here, boys, get him, get him.
Come here, boy. Oh, you messed up, son.
Why can't I fucking reload this gun?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
We got their flag, we got their
This is brutal. Press T, make sure you're killing them all. We are.
Make sure you press T.
So, that's a good wipe there from CSA. I was a little surprised, you know, they were just quick timing in there. I'm like, I don't know if this is going to work, but hey, it did the job. They had the numbers to get a Union flag down, which might bait some Union out. They're going to keep pushing. The officer was yelling about his weapon not being reloaded because if you are trying to reload your pistol and you get stabbed, it stops you from reloading. So, it can be very frustrating for an officer in a melee like Corn. Because I mean, if he can't even reload as an officer with a pistol, it's a rough life. You'd think that pistol, you know, would give you an advantage, but not in that case. So, CSA deals some damage there. 2.5 minutes left, and the Union is almost down to taking losses. You can see a couple of guys are running out. Corn Pop and Muggins here trying to get that flag. So 33rd Virginia guys, I think they're trying to prevent that, but they don't do a very good job of it. It's not like that's an easy shot, though, trying to shoot through the corn. I can appreciate them trying to do that, though. You know, if Union can't get those flags up, they got to respawn back in main, which you can see them over there. Which, again, out of all the Conquest maps, this is probably one of the smaller ones. Could be the smallest, I don't know. Feels weird, though, because I feel like I watch this map a lot. Especially in this event. I don't know if that's just something to do with the campaign board, how things have kind of landed, or... But...
Let's fill in this rear rank.
We're here nonetheless.
Fire, boys. Keep up independent fire, Georgia.
Maybe it's just you watch so many War of Rights that eventually everything blends in, or you feel like you see the same thing a lot. It's always what it kind of feels like sometimes, though.
Press left, keep it tight. Longhorn wins
CSA or Union Arty gets a kill there. I assume that's Union Arty. 7th LA's rolling up on side of 20th Georgia. They're going to try to charge into the Archer Brigades and Gregor Brigades, guys.
Go to right, go to the right.
And it's like 14th Tennessee is getting in the action as well. Now 20th Georgia's pushing up as well, and that's going to be a clean wipe there. That's going to be the hard thing for Union is Union does not have the ability to really spread out as much as the CSA, because CSA has the infantry advantage.
Right here, get this flag, get this fucking flag, get this flag.
I think someone wants the flag. Was that Meat Cutter?
I love you, Meat Cutter, but no.
Nah, according to Greg, it's Meat Cutter. But there goes Union down to taking losses. 30 seconds left till the A and B point open up. It's a morale and a half stage difference right now. And that's why you see CSA kind of being aggressive here. I mean, at this point of the round, the next points are opening up. And so CSA is going to try to take this B point potentially. And so far, it's looking pretty good. They've all kind of pushed up. They pushed around the flanks. They defeated the Union pretty well. And now they're closing in. Union don't really have anyone with the flag by the A point, which now they can cap. And CSA using this corn perfectly. Being able to surprise the Union nice there from TKO. And I mean, look at the spot that Union's in. I mean... they're just standing in the open. There's not much they can do. CSA already pushing on the point. Union tried to raise the flag. Flag got tilled. And this is just kind of a mess for Union. Now you got more CSA starting to trickle out in the center. Wow. And Union just got completely thrown off here. That's the thing you could see here. I mean, CSA just rolled up, took the Union flanks, and Union doesn't have really a great spot to defend this point. If CSA do get those flanks, see a couple of Union guys are doing some shenanigans. This point in the round, I'll explain that in a second. TKO's going in. 6 Kentucky. Actually, it's all of them.
Where you going? Hey, don't walk, come here.
Where you going, boy?
Where you going?
Where you going, boy?
Press T.
Hey, come here, boy!
Press T, press T. Oh.
Are they capping? Well, they're not. They're still not capping the point. I mean, at this point, CSA is doing 2 flagpoles worth of damage on the Union. I mean, you got a couple lingering charges here. Looks like a couple more CSA. But at this point of the round in Conquest, you generally want to play it. You fight for 2 points. Your safe point and the center point. And then you send a couple guys to harass that 3rd point, which you could see Union's kind of doing here. CSA charged everybody in, and it worked very well. It's not terribly surprising to Greg's Brigades, Holcomb Legion in particular. I mean, we can look to see if this balance. It's up to 240 now. CSA up by 4. Union has 22. Confederates have 11. I mean, this is a 15-man infantry imbalance in favor of CSA. And I'm not trying to discredit Artie, but artillery, unfortunately, the way the game is set up, I don't think it can be effective. I don't think it can.
Fire.
Unless that got one RGA. But, I mean, you got to be pretty dang perfect and consistent as artillery to make up for that. And that's not an easy thing to do. So, you can see these Greg's Brigade guys have gotten back to the P point. CSA is dealing 1 flagpole of damage on the Union right now since each side has a point to cancel out. And actually, these guys are going to decap, so that flag drop rate for or the ticket drop rate on Union will be stopped for the moment. Wow, they killed the guy right after the decap. I don't know if that would have mattered, but well, there's artillery. But anyways, I'll be intrigued to see the response here from CSA. The nice part about sending a few guys back and harassing like that is you might force your opponent to overreact. Remember, they don't have a Steam chat, and so someone might be thinking, I don't know if anyone else is going to go for this point to raise my flag back up, so I'm going to go. And then if everyone thinks that, it can be a process like that.
Thank you.
What are these?
Loaded. Loaded.
There's the regiment, 4th New Jersey, and then,
West.
I mean, that's Company A, right? But you got HB, WC.
Do the best you can. Do the best you can. Steady.
I wonder what those mean.
Fire.
Unless they're, like,
Colin loaded
they have
boys.
company nicknames, because I know, at least when I was in IVB, we had company nicknames, and we normally wouldn't include those in our name tags, but who knows, who knows. I know there'd be, like, HQ, and that's pretty self-explanatory, headquarters, the guys, the big guys, but so yes, they set 1 group back, and they are actually now charging the Union artillery as well, which, I mean,
Alright, about face, let's go. About face, let's go.
Shoot the guy, officer on
the
right.
thing is, right, is we saw CSA run up on the B point, artillery had set up here, and we didn't see them help the infantry at all. So, I mean, that's the thing, right, is that if you're Union and you sit back at the beginning of this round, you need to play pretty dang perfect because, again, you're taking losses. That's halfway through your tickets, basically. You can't lose much more than that. Like, where'd that RD shot go? Miss. So, Union's trying to make it a counter attempt now. They did lose 1 flag on the point, but it should be picked up by Eagles Brigade here, who's going to start that decap. Luckily for Union, though, there's a couple buildings they can use as cover around the point. You'll see guys clump around that point a lot and get shot up from numerous directions.
Hold him down.
Well, guess CSA is bucking ball. That answer to that question. Regiments are random, so it's not like we know that per se. Union's about to hit breaking, regardless of if this decap happens or not, which it stops. And looks like 33rd Virginia is going to charge in there. Like, I mean, that was a Union already shot. Again, it overshot. More CSA are pushing up to the side. It's like, I don't mean the dog on Artie, but I just haven't seen it. I haven't seen it do well. Rarely. It's quite unfortunate. I wish artillery could do great things in this game.
Get on the line, independent fire.
It'd be nice if artillery was, you know, scary. But I don't see it hit enough. And when it does hit, it doesn't kill a whole lot of people. Artie in this game needs to be in support of the infantry by like knocking people down, especially before charges happen. But that coordination isn't there. You can kind of understand that in a no Steam chat event, right? It's like the infantry and artillery can't communicate, which makes it difficult for artillery to, you know, time things right. But I feel like if you're artillery, you should be watching for that. Like, you shouldn't just be shooting willy-nilly, trying to hit shots. You're not going to do a whole lot. You need to support the infantry in their actions. Now, if infantry is just sitting back, shooting, doing nothing, sure, shoot your arty shots away. But if the infantry, or at least if you know the infantry is going to charge, you need to be ready for that. And maybe that's something the infantry needs to communicate, but that's not always an easy thing, especially on a game mode like this where the maps are normally big. Not that they are here. Anyways, smart play from 14th Tennessee here. They're going to decap that A point. They don't have a flag with them, but they still got a decap, so now Union's doing 2 flagpoles worth of damage on the Union. And Union team, for the most part, is hunkered down in their spawn, or they're holding by their artillery. And it's, I mean, what was it? Okay, some guys got off artillery for Union, which is good, but you can't have 20 plus guys on artillery. Unless it's like Nicodemus Hill. Even then, 20 guys is kind of a stretch. But it's unfortunate. It'd be nice to see it effective. It would be. Because, at least from people that I hang out with, a few amount, they just ignore artillery. Because they aren't scared of it. And you can understand artillery not wanting to be buffed in a sense. Because if you have an arty shot blow up in the middle of the line and kill everyone, right? It's not like we have a whole lot of players on each side. And so if you had a line of 15, 20 dudes and the artillery shot hit dead center and blew up and killed everyone, right? I mean, you'd wipe out a good portion of that team. But maybe that's something artillery needs. I don't know. I don't know if it's what's historically accurate either. I don't know how much that really matters. Because some of the changes over the past year or so have not been for historical stake. Like sitting and shooting, there wasn't a lot of charges, but that's really the only thing that you're able to do now to effectively gain ground or take your opponent tickets. But that's a conversation for a later point. Union's trying to charge in. They did retake A. They're still losing tickets, though.
Oh, that's so sad. Oh, I got a nice little white flag.
At this point, though, there's not much the Union can do to try to win this game. I mean, they're, what, down 1 flag still? Well, that's not that bad.
Left side, left wheel, right here, left wheel, right down the...
Shoot him in the ass.
But, I mean, at this point, Union's not winning this game. Unless they cap all 3 points and hold, which rarely happens in the first place. It's not going to happen, especially with the situation you're in.
Behind the tree! They're coming up!
Hey, they come!
Union, the thing is, too, is that Union cannot... They're outnumbered infantry-wise. You cannot act as your own. The thing is that CSA is kind of acting as two, maybe 3 groups. Union, when you're outnumbered, you can't split up as much. Maybe if you want to spread out and try to create a, like, scary line from a distance, but in War of Rights, everyone knows how many people each side has, so you can't do some intimidating tactics like Lee did during the war when he was outnumbered with men. You can't make yourself feel bigger than what you actually are. Just as I hit tab and show the player count at the beginning of each of the rounds, it's the same thing there. So, looks like some more units of Greg's battery brigade. Ah, it's actually A and V this time, and Greg's brigade. But they unfortunately won't get it. Again, I like what these GB guys are doing. I think it's a good idea. I like it. It's just unfortunately, Union is such, they're in such a bad spot that it doesn't matter. So, if I were Union, things that would have changed is not have 20 guys on artillery. You're gonna have a couple, but I mean, how many guns does the Union have on this round? They got 4, which I don't know if there's rules for. It looks like they have 5. Yeah, I don't know if there's any rules to say, like, you have to have 3 guys per gun. I know there's some events that I attend that require you to do that. I don't know if it's this one, though. Regardless. Actually, no, I should just look at the rule set, you know? We have it available. Union's in last stand, so they die, they don't come back. That's why CSA just kind of bonsaiing in at this point. Or Union just bonsaiing in for that matter as well. At least from what I'm reading. At least from what I see, artillery doesn't, like, you have to have 3 guys on a gun. So, we'll leave that for the after action report.
Pay your taxes.
Get out of the south, motherfucker.
Let's go.
I'll fight for my farm.
Keep moving, let's go.
All the way back.
Shifted to the left. We're going to the Artie.
So, CSA is pushing out a little more. I mean, you got a Union guy over here. And they're out of line, so they can't kill each other.
We're sitting back at the back of the map, doing nothing.
Oh, okay.
And
So would it be
think there's a
rambling
bit
if I was to kill you right now, or no?
Sadly, it would be, the same for me, too. So we're stuck in a
Oh, okay,
we're
so
stuck
we'll
in
just hang
a
out then,
predicament. Yeah, I really hope you don't call your boys over.
Yep.
So, you know, something interesting I just saw is... Where is it? There's like a flipped cannon over here on the side.
Gomez!
I gotta find this. Yeah, I mean... Oh my god, there's barely any Union left. Where's the cannon? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Spite. Where is it? I swear I saw a cannon on its side by a house. There it is!
God, where the fuck have you been?
How is there a cannon? I mean, it must have ricocheted into the rock and then fell off to the side like this. You know, that's kind of wild. Union brought a gun up there. I guess they had 6 guns. 6 guns for 20 guys. I mean, and normally you would... I say 2 people per gun at most. You'll see 3 people a lot. 3 is probably when you're going to get the most efficiency out of using a weapon. But 2 people will make sure that the 2 guys are always doing something. Because if you have 3, right, someone might not be doing something all the time. So your efficiency in terms of productivity will not be there, but the time between shots will be less. But yeah, only a couple Union guys left. CSA is going to cap that 3rd point. Now, you have a couple of Union guys sitting in spawn. You need to basically kill everyone but 3 people to end the round. Now, I know that...
I could keep a straight face for that.
Oh, there it is. So, before the cap. Anyways, you know, Union's big mistake was having 20-some guys on artillery. Now, if Union didn't have a lot on artillery, and CSA lost with 17 guys on artillery, I'd be saying the same thing for CSA. It's just Union had a lot more on artillery than CSA. That's why I'm crapping on Union. But it's the same for CSA. It's like, where did we see the artillery change the outcome of the match? I'll see artillery people say artillery is great and all. You'll see these great shots. But I want to see proof of artillery consistently helping a team win rounds. I don't know if we can see a lot of that. Anyways, we'll see you all shortly for round number 2. And here we are to start to round number 2, Towering Trunks. I will say, I didn't realize, but Corn Crib was the map before this in the rotation. I don't know if they do this normally in this event, but it's kind of nice to go from Corn Crib right to Towering Trunks, you know, not have to worry about map chase. Anyways, besides all of that, here we are in Towering Trunks, looking at our inbalance. We're up to 240. Inbalance is perfection. Artillery-wise, Union has 24. Confederates have 13. A 13-man infantry imbalance. Union is going to have a hard time winning this game, especially when the rest of the points open up. However, unlike the previous round, Union will be defending the C point first, which you might be thinking, the C point's there. Which Union artillery is there, by the way. They have some there. But a lot of the teams, for both sides, a lot of CSA at B. But both sides have kind of positioned themselves up at A. Union doesn't want to get flanked here, which is why it's understandable why they're pushing their guys up here. But anyways, C point is the first point. And we have a lot of fighting here at A, which is kind of nice to see. Well, that might show Union's future. Anyways, Union's trying to contain the CSA. TKO's pushed up A and B. I don't know who got shredded in the center. I think it's Midwest and 2nd U.S. Sharps were there. But holy crap, TKO's just kind of shredding everybody that pops up into the open. Good on them. But Union gets the cap. You have some CSA stuck in Kentucky. They're going to get a flank on A and B, who already starts to reposition or fall back. Whatever side you're cheering for, you can pick what word. But anyways, here's the C point. Union setting up on the opposite side. Union artillery is trying to break through the snake fence, which is why they did that shot there. But they got 24 guys operating the guns, and you know it might be good for them, for the Union, to have so many guys on artillery at C. I mean, we'll see. The problem is that when you got a lot of trees, you're going to hit not a lot of visibility. Maybe artillery is trying to roll back their guns a little more so they can get a better angle. Who knows? We'll see what happens when CSA approaches, which when we look over here at B, the CSA are kind of hesitant. So a similar thing to what I was talking about at last round, where the CSA took that first point. The Union kind of just spread out their line and defended. But, I mean, I assume that after things are figured out in Cord, the changes, or the plans don't normally change that often, at least in terms of the beginning of the round plan.
Stick aim at the Yankees. Stick aim, taking. Steady, steady.
Hey, do you know that white fence actually is not protection?
Man, those were nice shots. A couple of nice shots in return as well. But maybe they have buck on ball. Who knows? But I assume that the plans at the beginning of a rounds don't change that much from coordination. Obviously, plans go out the window once the round actually starts, as with everything in life. But, I mean, if I were CSA, the way you curb stomped the Union in the previous round, and again, we still saw that infantry imbalance this round. I mean, if I were CSA, I would play aggressive.
100 yards.
I mean, you could see the CSA kind of pushing up and rolling over the Union already on this side. And Midwest Brigade's going to try to get a little sneaky here. They at least have the wood line. But, I mean, technically, as long as the Union's holding off on that point,
By a pale horse.
they should be at a fine spot. And Midwest Brigade doesn't see him. Now they do. They got two guys, it looks like. So, I mean, okay. So, based on my knowledge, 3rd Maryland does have buck and ball. I know that to be a fact. So, I know at least Union has buck and ball. I can look up here briefly if the 18th Mississippi has the buck and ball. But, looks like Union's pushing out a little from C. Pushing up maybe to see where CSA is at. But they will see 20th Georgia over here. I assume 7th South Carolina is close by.
That is Rebels.
Well, It looks like the 18th Mississippi for CSA does have buck and ball as well, so TKO was able to get nice shots on that, which would make sense. But again, both Union has it as well, which is nice to see. CSA pushing up on this side as well. You'll see in Conquest the regiments chosen are random, which is unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on what side you're on. But in terms of a game balance, it's kind of unfortunate because there are more CSA regiments with buck and ball in this game than the Union, which means CSA in these game mode where the regiments are random have a lot higher chance of getting that buck and ball.
We don't have to. 33rd, charge in! 33rd, charge in!
They want us to go.
Yeah, we should.
What?
Yeah, it's just a private.
Ah, fuck them.
Oh, they're charging!
Brace left,
Brace
brace
left, brace left!
left, brace left, brace left.
Brace
Don't charge.
these nuts.
Come get 'em,
I'll
boys.
brace your
Brace
nut.
'em, boys.
Oh, you damn right you are. Brace them on your
Good little flank there from A and V. I mean, that for sure caught him off guard. Royal's going to try to... He tried. But that's a good wipe from A and V. And unlike the previous round as well, CSA main spawn, you can see, is all the way over there, which it's going to take them 4-ish minutes to get back over here. Assuming Union doesn't hold on the flag and they can get back on that flag, but... I mean, wiping a flag on these bigger maps have huge consequences. So, good little play there from A and V.
Somebody taking a ball.
See, it's only 20th Georgia over here. Circulating further down the CSA line, you got 14th Tennessee.
There's one on the one friendly one in.
And then the 7th Louisiana. And a couple more CSA guys. CSA already, by the way, is over here. This is probably... this is a top spot for the worst contention and Clash Conquest already spot. I mean, I guess if you roll the guns up, you can get by B. But if Union wants to take this point, you're so close trying to get a good shot, you'll just be charged out. But that's the CSA safe point. So I really doubt we'll see Union try to go there. Especially based on how Union's kind of looking right now, I'm guessing Union's going to fight over the A and the C point and not push for the B. Obviously, they'll send a couple guys, and maybe they already can defend that, but regardless. I think CSA is just trying to defend B and then also go for A. So I think once we get to that 25-minute mark, we will see the fighting kind of open up at A, but... For now, that flag is down, so those TKO guys are going to have to respawn back at main. I think it's TKO. Sweden. Oh, they got their flag. Never mind. It's the Stonewall Brigade guys. So, I don't know why I kept saying TKO.
Right face.
They're probably over here then. Yep. So.
Going up the road. There's a company going up the road.
But the Union regiments at A are... I mean, I like the Union guys sitting around on these flags here. I mean, obviously A and V's got a shot at the CSA guys over here, but they're also making sure CSA can't run up and get that flag. So it's a nice little play. I like it a fair amount. But that flag will despawn after 5 minutes, most likely. And CSA is trying to inch their way closer. 14th Tennessee has actually moved over here, and they're... Nice shot. Big Pappy. I missed that one, though. Hit that one. That's another one. That's another one.
Hey,
And that's a team kill.
Rambo-ing.
Yeah, it's a Rambo officer.
Get the fuck down. You are very far away from your unit.
Sack! Sack! Let's go, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, little buddy.
So 14th Tennessee is going to get a good couple of kills there. Big Pappy's still going. I don't know why his pistol's out.
Coming from the eastern fence. I said
Rambo.
Up and over, boys. Up and up.
But they will eventually lose that. CSA about to hit engaged. So I think CSA is doing a little better than The Union last round. You can see Union's kind of probing. I don't, they're hopping back and forth.
We're sprinting, boys. We're sprinting.
Colt
There they go.
Huzzah!
Which, in the meantime, I mean, what are the two other regiments here? So, 65th Illinois and the 6th Alabama. I couldn't look at that. We're almost at 250. Look at that. So, what? 65th Illinois here. 65th Illinois only has a Springfield 61. So, they don't got buck and ball. And then CSA, 6th Alabama does not have buck and ball as well. So, overall, a pretty even round in terms of weaponry, which is something you don't see too often. I know War of Brothers is called War of Resets because they restart until each side is even, which I appreciate. I don't know if that's necessarily the rule set for this event. That's one balancing fix I wish that this game had.
Those are
Or the conquest
Yankee
potentially.
flag, dead ahead. Yankee flag, dead ahead. They crouch down.
Take aim.
Southeast, south.
Take
Let's
aim.
go to fire first.
Take aim. Southeast south. Steady. Fire.
They got one. A lot of those shots went over though. But no, that's one of the fixes I wish they had for this. Is, I mean, you get the random regiments and that's neat, but when one side has full buck and ball and the other side doesn't have it, which is more often than not in favor of CSA, it can make an environment that is not enjoyable for Union per se. What is that arty shot doing? What? Huh?
Yeah. That was way low.
What are they trying to hit? They're friendlies? It's the only thing in that direction. Also, I find it funny I can aim the gun.
Modest. Can you sponge it?
What's up?
Hey, we need someone to sponge it. Let's go.
I mean, you could see here, this is what I was talking about, right? I mean, he has a lot of guys on arty here. And that's the thing is, for the most part, they're reloading quickly, they're shooting quickly, right? But the thing is that you have guys sitting around. And that's probably my biggest gripe with it, is what are they shooting at?
Good, that guy fell down. Somebody sponge it.
What are they shooting at?
Thank you, Psycho.
Yeah, it's a bit confusing.
See, this makes a little more sense, right? I mean, they're going to kind of be shooting blind, but, you know, at least they're shooting towards the enemy. Oh, that didn't hit anything. Meanwhile, each side kind of sits and shoots. We can see how the artillery is doing. I swear this gun's going to get team killed. Oh, boy, here we go.
I'm gonna do the opposite of that. I'm gonna go over to these rocks.
They fire?
Because I don't care.
I don't want to look over.
Over by A point, by the way.
Again, what are they shooting at? Where'd that even hit? That's the thing, right? It's like, it's not like infantry's always doing something as well, but I feel like when it matters most, infantry is the thing that matters. So, anyways, the next couple of points are about to open up. It looks like you might have a little skirmish here, a couple CSA guys pushing up, but the A point's about to be fought over. CSA is going to get that B point, so they'll at least stop the ticket drain, but the fighting here at A has begun, and for now, CSA has gotten on top of it.
Alright.
Go.
Alright, hop out
On
of it.
our northeast, big line coming.
Northeast, 27th over here, on me.
Nice shot.
Protect me, Squire! Oh shit! We got friendlies on our left! Friendlies on our left! Don't worry!
Friendly's coming in from the left.
Shoot him.
Fire on my left and fire. Independent fire on my left.
Independent fire.
Independent fire.
Stand up! Don't give him free tickets!
Union's kind of pushing from this east side. Those guys on point are coming in a bit of a pincer here. Eagles Brigade's going to charge in. TKO's going to move in on Eagles Brigade. Which,
Get that flag up. Get the flag up.
4th New Jersey just kind of sat there and watched.
Friendly's on the point. Be careful over there.
I don't get why they just,
That's
unless
all CSA on the point.
unless they didn't realize it was CSA, we just kind of left them to die. Now A&V's pushing up. Maybe 4th New Jersey will move in now.
We can hold this.
See, I feel like
There we go, I got it.
I feel like in situations like these, if you
Right there in the bush.
see your friendlies charging in, I feel like you would want to go in to help.
Other than load and
But
roll.
regardless,
27.
CSA's got that 8 point now. They're going to start dealing a ticket drain on the Union. And the question is Union going to continue their efforts into A? I mean, they obviously are. I mean, out from here, it looks like numbers are even. I mean, if that group rolls in, Union outnumbers. But Union's not going to be able to do a whole lot of B. I assume CSA is going to send a couple guys down this backside trying to get to that C point. I mean, we'll see as time continues. But
Fucking him up with rifle fire right now. Keep fucking him up, gentlemen.
I mean, here's the thing with Conquest is that at this very moment, the Union is losing tickets. They are losing tickets to that flag. Nothing you will do in this game can compare to the amount of ticket loss you're going to have due to the flag loss.
At the quick step! At the double quick! Advancing together!
I like that the 4th New Jersey guys, they all went up and over, made sure that was set, and then went. I think when we see groups charge and they're on the fence, they need to do that more often, because when you tell your guys to go up and over, they're going to go at different times and everything's going to be spread out. It's kind of a mess, but looks like 4th New Jersey dived in kind of as the bait, going to get all the CSA shots out. Now A&B is going to collapse in. Can they break it?
Hold your line.
Hold the line. Hold the line. Hold the line. Do not advance. Hold.
I got a couple other guys moving in, but they are not going to be able to do it. And that's the thing is, you got what, 1 or 2 CSA groups over here. You got like 3 or 4 Union groups, 3, 4, 5. That's gonna be a lot easier for CSA to do stuff here compared to the Union side.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Press T. Press T. Press T.
Hello, Bush.
Pay your taxes.
And CSA is gonna countercharge. They're not gonna get any Union flags, I don't think. I assume that is a CSA flag, which it got picked back up, so it is. That's at least a good job from Union not to lose those, but I mean, it's looking rough for Union. They're not really coordinating, too. And again, the interesting part is CSA is completely backed off from the C point. So Union artillery is shooting blind. And, I mean, it's hard enough to hit stuff when you see them in the first place, but I think they just shot and team killed a bunch of their own friendlies here. So, and now 20th Georgia is shooting at nothing. So, Union hits engaged. CSA is getting there to taking losses, but the pace is going to be slowed. But this is not looking good for Union right now. I mean, they have a ticket lead, but the way they're fighting things out, CSA is probably going to have this point for a while longer, and if that happens, then CSA is going to catch back up and probably take the lead.
To the east.
Yep, right in front, boys.
Like 6 guys.
Northeast, east.
27, focus north.
So that's the thing, right? You just saw Midwest Brigade push up on their own. They got shot down. It's like I don't know what you like. The thing is, right, and I can appreciate that they're, oh my goodness, CSA's dive bombing C as well. I appreciate that the Union's trying to move quick on that A point. You know, I can appreciate people wanting to do that, right? Nice already shot. As mentioned, rip those 3 guys. As mentioned, honestly, that's probably one of artillery's best things it can do. Is it's really easy to aim at a flagpole. Nice shots. I appreciate that they're trying to move in and go fast because they need to get the flag down so they can prevent ticket loss on their team. But you can't be stupid about it, or else you're just going to waste more time. And actually, A and V is actually pulling out of the A point right now, which I don't know if they're going to try to make a push towards B or what. I mean, Union hasn't sent any. Wow, B. CSA artillery will finally get its time. Yeah, as the GB guys again are going for that safe point for the CSA. Which, who's in here? No shot. Can you open these? Please open these. Open them, please. Oh, this would look so cool if they could open up. Oh my goodness, they can open up. Oh my goodness. That guy just shot through that.
They're on B.
I didn't know you could open up those top things. Also, they should really not be letting this decap happen. And they're not going to did it. You need to be at least in skirmishing, so you need 3 guys to make that happen. Nice defense. That was freaking cool. It really shows you how the tiny things can get you excited in this game, especially when you've been playing it for... We're almost... Well, I'm at least 4.5 years into playing this game.
Swing that door, swing that
It was like July 2nd.
Yeah, like that.
Actually, I could look at that right now.
It's an open and close, open and close.
I know I at least joined a regiment July 2nd or July 4th. June 29th is when I got war rights in 2020. What a time that was. Got a old, not an old, but got a laptop. It was a school laptop for college. Was not a great laptop. And then we upgraded to a gaming laptop, which served me very well. And now here we are with a nice little desktop PC. Upgrades. But it looks like A and V is over here, Eagles Brigade's over here, so Union's going to try to push towards B. Which, unfortunately for them, CSA is kind of there. I mean, that's also part of the thing is, well, oh my god, Union's backing off. I don't know if they're going to try to go around. But that's the thing too, right, is you have a lot of Union artillery here. How many? 24, to be precise. Okay, it's a 15-man infantry imbalance right now, and that's solely due to artillery. That's only the 7th LA guys are on artillery for CSA, but I mean, is there any Union infantry here as well? I mean, you got a couple of Union infantry guys here. I mean, Greg's brigade, you got a... Yeah. So, a couple of Union guys charged in there. We can look at that. Rest of the Union backed off. It looks like they're trying to flank around.
See it.
Goodbye. Go home.
So, nice little adjustment from them. 20th Georgia, I don't know if they just missed them or they probably just rolled up here a second ago and were like, oh, there's Union there. And now they're just shooting at them. Meanwhile, CSA's like, look at this. I mean, Union's got a couple groups. They're all spread out. They're not congealed. CSA obviously is going to be congealed on that point, but even before they had the point, CSA was acting a lot more together. But nice little adjustment here from the Union guys to, I mean, they charged them in to distract. A&V 4th New Jersey kind of bounced off and they went another direction, and they kind of have an open shot here at B, but you got some CSARD and the guys hiding in the little house, or more like a barn. It could be a house though. Make anything a house. Like I've seen videos where people make schools in the houses, which would kind of be neat. Be a little scary, I think, as well. But CSA finally had taken losses. Took a while.
They're up in the barn. They're up in the barn. Up behind us. One cannon there. West.
Oh, that already missed. Overshot. That's unfortunate. I don't know which gun it is, but they should get this decap, especially since they got a flag over here, and they might be able to raise that point, which Union kind of needs this desperately, as this ticket differential is basically nothing. Back at A point, TK is charged out. Looks like they got one Union flag.
Right here, independent fire right here, down this line right here. Independent barrel. Right there at the fence.
So CSA is going to be able to firmly hold it, but the CSA here, surprisingly, they're going to try to push C instead of bouncing back on the B, which Union is currently capping. They've kept their guys off to kind of hide from Artie and those skirmishers in the barn, but oh, here comes Artilleri's chance. We're seeing him do it once.
Georgia's got the flag. Let's go. Let's go.
Actually just going to charge it at Artie this time, which they're not even reacting.
Southeast, is that them coming for us?
I don't know if that's them coming from the southeast. You tell me.
Charge it in. Charge it in.
Obviously, it's going to be a lot harder to see when you're in game versus, right? So one of those officers had to have looked through their binos. It was a very slow reaction. That guy has no reaction at all. He was sun gazing. But they're going to get some nice arty kills. CSA basically have a couple of Union are there, and see a couple CSA flags that way. But see, Union infantry groups have kind of shifted down the one group here. CSA kind of holding back here. Union finally takes that B point. And 20 Georgia is going to head to the B point now. Try to see what's up. Interestingly, though, I don't think they outnumber the Union over here. I don't think they do. So it might be a little rough for 20th Georgia, but we'll see if they can do it. They might be able to catch the Union off guard. Who knows? So Union had taken losses. There's an good RE shot. Probably got a couple guys, but
Come get the flag.
see, Union guys already responding and running off.
Northeast.
And the Union infantry is moving out. Eagles Brigade, I assume they're gonna just, they might just get some shots or just charge in.
Get it covered, get it covered.
Send that lead. Send that lead.
Safe Tez.
Aim for that flag.
Already shot was a little juicy. Might have gotten a guy or two. It got that fence for sure. That shot went over.
Here, 14th, rally over here on the line, rally on the line.
I mean, he's got some more guys. Oh, GB just ran right in front. I hope none of them got team killed.
I said charge up the Confederates.
Brace, bitches, brace. Brace, bitches.
I think Eagles Brigade's joining them. Good response from EP. They saw their friendlies going in, and so they went in with them. It's better to die together than die separately.
Got time
Kill
to
Johnny
reload.
Ram!
And that charge is going to work well for them. They might get a CSA flag. I might be retreating. Meanwhile, A point, Union just getting slaughtered. But nice little reaction from Union. They saw they were having a hard time at the A point. They were like, we're not going to win this, so majority of them pulled off and went for that B point. And CSA hasn't really shifted the forces off of A to go to B.
Behind us!
Behind us! Ziggy behind us!
Ooh. Nice when the little caps pop off too. Little things, right? So Union's gonna hold C. That was a nice hold from them. The issue is that the CSA guys that were supposed to defend B got thrown off. Anyways, 20th Georgia's here. I don't know what happened for these sides to flip, but 20th Georgia's kind of in a clump in the open, and A and V took advantage. 4th New Jersey's rolling in as well. They probably got a couple good shots as well.
Okay. Keep moving. Artie's gonna hit.
So, you know, this is a really well played round from Union, especially considering they're down a lot of guys infantry-wise. CSA from A is starting to push out towards the C point, which CSA's got to move quick.
Take that decoy. Come here. Yeah. Yeah.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
No, you killed Gary. You son of a bitch.
And TK is going to edge that out. Meanwhile, more Union are actually moving to B. You can see CSA that got white there moving on a main spawn, but they're going to be outnumbered going into B. And looks like they have their flags, except for 20th Georgia, who got wiped a moment ago. So, I mean, CSA's only hope is the guys at A trying to take C out, but I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, they've got to cover a fair amount of ground, and they don't have a lot of time. And artillery is going to be a waiting for them.
I got scared.
Hey, Tech, it's a small line. They're in the bush. Small line. You can also hit Artie. Artie's got their back turn.
Ooh, Artie be good.
Oh, hey, if you can get everybody with you, boy, you can probably hit C.
You can't shoot me. What are you doing? Hey.
So,
Hey, you're Rambo, you goober.
SB pushing up 6.5 minutes. I mean, again, every second that kind of dwindles by here. Six Kentucky SB on the Artie.
Nice shot.
Shoot their Artie.
Congolese, listen to me. Turn right, south. Head south.
So they're gonna get into a little bit of a scrap here.
You're breaking the rules. Fail RP, admin. Admin.
So they're pushing out. 6 minutes left. CSA have started pushing out. Union a little spread out on the B point. 4th New Jersey and some Eagles Brigade guys, mostly 4th New Jersey, have pushed along this side. And they're charging some in the barn. And the 7th LA guys are going to start that decap. Meanwhile, you got Union kind of sitting over there. They're watching. You see the binos of the officer out.
Not friendly. Northeast, there's a line east.
That is not.
Alright, independent fire, east northeast. Right in that straight fence. Right in that straight fence.
But, you know, at least if they get the decap here, it'll stop the bleeding, which is going to help. Zooming over here at C, CSA's halt has kind of slowed down.
Flag! 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 Get, go there, tap it, and
We need flag. We need flag.
Go, go. Oh, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming. Tap it and go back to the Hague. Fire in. Tap it. Get out of the way.
And so, I mean, CSA's got to find a way to knock Union down half a morale stage in 4.5 minutes. At least cause this to be a draw, or else they're going to lose the game outright. Some of the Union guys from main spawn circle around the A. CSA on this side are being charged down, maybe as they pushed out artillery.
Here's the point.
Stinky.
There it goes.
And so, nice little shootout there from Eagles Brigade. They're going to be able to... Union's going to be able to hold this point. Artillery knocks down one man. You know, if you want to call that a good shot, you can. But CSA is going to take that B point back. They're going to start dealing a ticket loss on the Union. And 4 minutes might be enough to hit the Union down to breaking. You know, with the amount of Union guys here, I was a little surprised CSA was going to take B. I didn't think it'd be a possibility, which now A and V and company are pushing out, and they should at least decap this.
Coming in. Right, left. Yeah,
Kill that hay people.
Thank you, Reb.
Behind, on the fence. Take it down. Take it down.
Behind.
Take it down.
So, I mean, yeah, Union just needs to take it down. 20th Georgia's trying to get nice shots on their side. 20th Georgia should charge in here. You can't, like, if you want to draw, at least draw this game, you need to keep this flag up for the rest of the time. Which, I mean, they're getting nice shots, but it might be long enough for them to get the decap. I mean, I don't know. They've got a flag there, too, so I guess it's not actually too concerning in the end. I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to take for Union to get down to breaking, though. That's the question. I don't know how long. Union's also got a group respawning in there. Things are kind of quieted down over on that front, so this is probably going to decide the game over here.
Hold here and prepare to fire. Independent fire towards that flag. They're coming. Damn.
So, 2.5 minutes. CSA's got to get him down on tickets or cap this point back up.
Oh, there's a flag west southwest.
We're being jerks.
It looks like Union might prevent this. A&V is going to go in.
Spitwall, people, we gotta get together.
At this point, Union just needs to avoid hitting breaking and then get away with the win here. If Union does win this as well, it's a 1-1 result. And with it being a draw, they do a pickup patrol to decide the winner. You can't spectate that, though. I mean, you can, but it's not like you're going to fly around like we are right now. You can only watch one person and then hop to the next person.
Keep the fire up to the west, boys. They're right in the open.
Fire on them at the bar in west.
Help me with this. Help me.
Coming. Oh shit.
And actually, Union is squeezing in on that A point. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. It looks like CSA's got a lot of guys condensed over there, but I don't know why CSA's not charging this. I mean, we could see they outnumber, but it's kind of getting to a point where, I mean, what? It takes you 25, 30 seconds to raise that flag, so if CSA wants to deal ticket loss on the Union, they got to, yeah, and honestly, that's why this cap is kind of huge. Even though it's not going to do a whole lot in terms of tickets, it's going to make it a lot harder for CSA to get their flag up. It's going to take them longer to decap and recap.
Hey, Yankee, I love you all equally, but I'm sorry you have to die. This flag should never touch my boat again, you son of a bitch.
So they wipe Union on this front. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that. If I'm Union, I do not engage in CSA right now. They're going to force a draw if they charge in here, which they are. I don't... Union, you're playing a risky game here. Seriously, these guys need to run off the point. What are they doing? Oh, man. 10 seconds. Wow. So I don't know if they do a picket patrol actually, since it's a 101 result for CSA anyways. 1 win and 1 draw. That was terrible for Union there at the end. The guys should not have engaged on this side. Anyways, with that being said, I don't know if they do picket patrol or not. Regardless, though, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you want to support the channel more. We have a Patreon where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Besides that, though, we have our Discord, merch, Instagram, TikTok, and more. Those links are in the description as well. But I appreciate you all nonetheless, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. We will see you in the next one. Goodbye.